Hey, how's it going everybody? Taco from TacoTuesday here, and today I'm bringing you another compact solo base. Here's a few basic facts. The base is generally cheap, costing you 7.8k stone, 1100 wood, and 1000 metal frags. Because the base is so cheap, it's obviously going to be small, so it's going to be intended for a solo player. And also, it's an approximate 2 walls to loot. So before you guys go down in the comment section and bamboozle me and roast how the base is super cheap to raid, think about it this way. It's a 7.8k stone base. It's not your 500,000 stone Zerg 50 wall to center base design, but it is about 2 walls to center, which is really good for a base at this price. So just about anywhere you blow through, it will be about 2 walls just to get to your loot. And the same exact thing when it comes to raiding through the roof. The reason why it's about 2 walls is because on this spot right here, it is 1 wall, because you'll just blow into chests and then of course you can hatch it down the chest and you're in the room. One cool thing I found about this base is how expandable it is. So because the foundation plan is so simple, you can easily expand this base into something bigger. So hopefully if you decide to build this base, you also decide to expand your base, because without expansion, the base of course will be easy to raid. But anyways guys, enough talk, here's the tour. Here we are with the tour. Notice how I'm using armored doors. You're probably not going to have armored doors, but I did find one cool use with it. If you open up the hatch to the armored door, you can actually access the dump boxes behind it. Obviously, if you're going to be building a base this small, you're not going to have armored doors, so just picture these are sheet metal doors. Here's our dump chests that were right behind the armored door. You can access them. They're actually on top of a sheet metal triangle that splits our floor. Here's another door right here, which right now we are in our airlock, and if you open the door, it'll prevent door campers from getting through, as you see. I've already mentioned this before so many times, so I'm not going to bother even showing you. And right here you can actually access the dump chest, you can move them inside further if you'd like, but right now I'm just going to leave that in there, and of course we have ourselves a campfire up here, just so we can cook some food. So this room right here is going to be our main room. This is where we're going to be in the most, and it's pretty much the only room in the base. So right here we have ourselves 2 furnaces, which will help us smelt up some metal frags. To the right of the furnaces, we have a few boxes dedicated to resources, so main resources in that box, and here we have raw resources such as unsmelted metal and animal products. Right above the boxes, I included a small planter for us to grow some hemp. If you're not into the growing business, you can of course replace the small planter with 2 large boxes. Down here is what I like to call the boiler room, so right here we have ourselves our small oil refinery, and to the left of that we have a small box dedicated to crude oil. So obviously the crude oil is already in there, smelting up to make low grade fuel. If you don't want a boiler room, you can replace a small oil refinery with 4 large boxes. Right behind this door right here is going to be our cupboard. I do recommend putting a code lock on top of it, that way nobody can steal your cupboard. To get on top of the salvage shelf, all you gotta do is just use the ladder right there, or you can just simply jump on top. It's a little harder when jumping on top because the base is so cramped, but that's why I included the ladder. So up here, we have ourselves a little repair bench right there, and a sleeping bag right below me. That way you can spawn in and not have to put a bag outside. Right above the sleeping bag, we have ourselves a few boxes, 2 boxes right here and another one right there. The top box is going to be dedicated to medicine and food, and the bottom one is going to be dedicated to components. So this next box right here is actually code locked, so as you see there's a code lock right there, if you can see it through the crack. So what will end up happening with somebody raiding this is this door will be closed and they will not be able to open the chest. So they'll hatch it down the chest and all the loot will despawn behind the door. And in order for the raider to get the loot, they'll have to use explosives on the door. So, because of this, I recommend storing rare things like explosives and rare weapons like bolties and AKs. So to get into this next room, it's kind of glitchy because of the 45-degree roof. We have a cell gate right here, so it'll allow us to get through, but you can use a double door if you'd like. I included a locker right here, that way we can store some sets, and so we can gear up quickly. To the left of the locker, I included 2 large boxes for storing the rest of our gear, so random armor sets in here, and guns and ammo and other things like that in here. And so yeah guys, that's pretty much it for the base tour. So if you guys are enjoying the base build so far, be sure to drop a like because it tremendously helps out my channel. But anyways, let's show you guys how to build it. To start this base build off, you're going to place a triangle foundation at a relatively high level. You should barely be able to jump on top of it. So I'm only able to get on top of the foundation on the back side, which is fine for me. From there, you're going to place 2 walls right here and a triangle ceiling right there. Then you can go ahead and place a doorway and go ahead and upgrade everything to stone, but I'm going to upgrade my foundations and ceilings to sheet metal because it looks a little nicer and also because I don't want it to decay. Then place a foundation on front so you can place down your cupboard. There we go. Then place a sheet metal door right in front. If you don't have a sheet metal door, a wood door works as well. I highly recommend though, instead of getting a wood door, you should just go and mess around at a rad town until you can get enough metal frags. This next step is pretty easy. Place a square foundation right there, and then 2 triangles like so. Upgrade the triangles, but not the square. From there, place a doorway right there, upgrade it to stone, and a wall on the other side. Place another square in front of the other square, and place a wall right in between. Then upgrade the wall to stone, and we can go ahead and remove these 2 square foundations. Now you're going to get down below, and you're going to crawl underneath your wall. Place a stairway right here, so just a normal foundation stair, and replace the 2 foundations at a lower level, so like that. Upgrade this one to stone, but do not upgrade that one. I made a mistake by upgrading that one. Yeah, so once again, do not upgrade this square foundation to stone. I'm going to have to remove this and replace it, so don't upgrade that one, leave it as twig for now. Now on this twig square, you're going to place 3 triangles like so. These ones you're going to upgrade to sheet metal or stone. Once again, do not upgrade the square. Now place 3 walls to enclose as if this was a 1x1, upgrade to stone, and then place in a roof. Now head outside and place in a sheet metal door. So if you wanted to include the dump boxes before you set up your front door, you have to put in this double door frame right here, and then you can place in your door frame. This was an optional step, so you don't really have to do this. Now we're going to set up a little bit of our interior. Place a salvage shelf as far back as possible on the opposite side of the front door, then place 2 large boxes on the bottom. Also make sure that the boxes are as far back as possible, which is why I recommend that you stand at the bottom to make sure that they are. Now if you did the boxes correctly, you should be able to move through the boxes without getting caught. But the main reason for our boxes being so far back is so we can place in our furnaces. Right above the 2 large boxes, place a small planter or another 2 large boxes, up to you. Jump on top of your salvage shelf, and on the cupboard side, place your bag right there, and on the opposite side, you can place a salvage shelf or another large box. So you can place a large box or a salvage shelf, it really doesn't matter. Now if you don't have enough resources to continue with the base build, what you could do is you could place a roof on top and upgrade it to wood. That way we can hatchet this down later. And of course you can use all these boxes and furnaces to get more resources. And when you're ready to upgrade, all you gotta do is just hatchet down the wood ceiling. This trick used to actually work better, but now with the recent updates, it takes much longer to hatchet down the ceiling. If you're looking for an estimated time to hatchet down the ceiling, it'll take around a good 10 minutes with normal metal hatchets and about 5 with salvage hatchets. When you're ready to upgrade your base, you're going to hop on top of your door frame, place a wall to the left, and then place another door frame to the right. Then from there you're going to place a sheet metal triangle floor, so right here, and then you're going to place your 2 boxes right on top. Make sure they're pretty much touching the door frame. Then when you're done, just place a normal sheet metal triangle on top. Then do the same thing to the other side, except for this time we're just going to be using 2 normal walls and a sheet metal triangle on top, so it's just a honeycomb layer. Then from there, wall off your second floor like normal. To get this last wall down, you should place in just a normal triangle, and then you can get the wall down, and then of course, upgrade everything to stone. Now what I recommend you do before you place in your ceiling is that you place a box right here and a door frame on top of it. Upgrade the door frame to sheet metal, that way nobody can pick it from the outside. Then on the opposite side of the door frame, you're going to place a double door frame, and then you can go ahead and place in your 45-degree roof. Now hop on top of your 45-degree roof and place 2 large boxes like so. Make sure you do this first. Then from there, place in your sheet metal floor tiles. Now in this spot right here, what you're going to do is you're going to place 2 boxes right on top of each other. So you're going to place one box as far back as possible, so right here. Then you're going to hop on top of the box, place a low wall right there, and place another large box right on top. Make sure the large box is as far back as possible. Then upgrade the low wall to wood. Cell gate right on this door frame right here, open the door frame, and place a locker right here. Then to make it easier to get up to that room, all you gotta do is just place a ladder right here. Now when you're ready to set up your oil refinery, place it in this grass one by one. And then go ahead and honeycomb off your boiler room. And then once you're done with that, you're pretty much just done with the base build. So anyways guys, thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and for heaven's sake guys, keep it classy.